on. We're going to fast forward 2 to 3 years and talk about what's it going to look like in that operating environment. Right now, you're going at Mach 2. Tomorrow, you're going to be going at Mach 3. A lot of capability out there. Just, trying to envision what it is that you'll be offering 2 to 3 years from now, and then also how you'll be offering it, but also what's your anticipation of what the services are going to be asking for 2 to 3 years from now.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I'll go at a higher level. So JWCC is going to grow exponentially because our goal is to consistently drive everything. Every time a service comes available from on the commercial side, is to drive parity across the board. That's our initiative. That's one of our requirements in the contract. The CSPs have to have commercial parity from the unclassified all the way up to the classified space. But I think where what's important for the department for the future is cloud is going to be a transition. But I think where the department goes over the next several years is the understanding of what the transition for cloud actually is. I think there's a true movement of what actually cloud is going to be. Cloud isn't just commercial. It's the department's going to move towards cloud. We're going to start to shrink our governmental footprint of traditional hosting and move towards, I think you'll have a 70% or 65%, 80%, somewhere in there of commercial cloud usage. And then we're going to have a private cloud instantiation of government cloud. So like on the DISA side, we have Stratus. You have some of the services have private cloud instantiations that they're hosting as well. But I think you're going to have a shift of that. So you're going to have some private instantiations on the government side, and you're going to have the commercial side, which JWCC or Cloud One or the Neptune offices or ECMA will be driving. And then that is where you start to drive the drive for hybrid cloud. That's where the department starts to really get after where we need to go, which is multi-cloud, hybrid cloud instantiations. Then I think the real future for the department gets bright, and how we get after the real power of what we need to get from the commercial space. I think that there's always going to be a need for that. And then I think we also start to look at where the department, the DoD CIO, is looking at how we upskill our workforce to learn how the cloud is, how it functions. Our workforce has inherently been trying to learn how that space is going to grow. You see the Zero Trust Portfolio Management Office. You see what DISA is trying to do. You see what all the services are trying to do. So I think that's also where the growth is going to be. And then I also think where we're going with like Joe, initiatives like Joe, where you see where Flank Speed is trying to go. The services are trying to grow exponentially on how we can expand in the cloud space. So I think the next 3 years, 5 years, even 10 years, the department is really going to just expand, not just in the commercial space, but in the overarching cloud. I think that's where you're going to see the cloud movement for the department is really just going to expand exponentially.
Is there a future where you even need a C2E, or does that sort of get overtaken by events?
Well, C2E is the IC side. So yeah, of course there is. Yeah. So JWCC is the department's version. But C2E is our partnership with the IC, 100%. Yeah. Okay. C2E is the driving force for the IC, and JWCC is the driving force for the department. They are 100% our partner. We actually feed off one another.
And I really do appreciate that partnership between the two. It's often asked, so I thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh yeah, no.
How about self-provisioning? Is there a point where a lot of these goods and services from the contract side can be sort of a self-provision type configuration? Is that a dream you have?
Yeah, so actually on JWCC, we have automated provisioning for user accounts already built into the contract. So if you let a task order on JWCC, we have root accounts built into. Once you let a task order, you get automatically provisioned on JWCC. Our timelines for auto provisioning is within 2 hours. I think it's within 2 hours on unclassified and 72 hours on any classified network. So we've built that into the contract.